Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So quite a few people have been writing me, or at least asking me as well, what is your daily workout routine consist of, Ryan? What do you do? Do you run? Do you ride your bike? Do you go to the gym? What are you doing to stay fit and trim in your mid-40s? So fair enough, great question, and that's what we do here at Happy Healthy Vegan. We share what we're doing, what's been working for us, so hopefully you can learn something and maybe apply some of that into your life. So here we go, my daily workout routine. I begin each day off with about 50 to 60 minutes of yoga. Every day I try, unless there's some kind of appointment or something preventing me from, being free in the early morning when I get up. So my yoga is not the kind of hatha yoga that you see people doing around here. Mine is what's called Kundalini yoga. It doesn't have like warrior poses or anything like that. A lot of it is just seated. And I've made my own custom set, my own custom kriya that is perfect for my mind and my body. And I do it pretty much every day, like I said, without change. Really, I do it for my mental game. It helps focus me. Once I'm done with yoga, I'm ready to go and kick butt for the rest of the day. It helps calm and center me. It just helps my whole mental well-being overall. But there are a few distinct physical benefits I'm getting from it. First and foremost, it's been really helping my core. I've been doing a few poses. One's called stretch pose, the other one's called spinal twist, and they've really been working on my abs and my obliques on the sides. I've been noticing some definition there where I've never had any before. I've been doing these now for about a year. Also, since I'm a runner, which I'll get to, it helps, yoga helps, with I do stretches. I help the sorenesses I get in my legs, upper and lower parts of my legs from running, so it helps out there as well. And I also do a few nice fun exercises that keep my back, my spine in particular, loose and flexible. So that's my daily yoga. Try to do it in the morning. Running, that's really the sport I've been focusing on most for the past year or so. In fact, you can follow me on Strava. I'll put a link to my page down there. If you haven't seen Strava yet, it's basically like Facebook for runners and cyclists. And you'll see my running, it's lately it's been about 17 to 22 miles a week. I was doing upper 20s, up to 30 miles a week a few months back, but to be honest with you, I've just been so busy working on Happy Healthy Vegan and my other creative projects, working 50, 60 hours a week. It's really hard to break free for the amount of hours that I would like to have to be able to run more. And running, though it's, I'm having trouble with time, enough time that I would like, I'm still really consistent. I'm out there 3-4 days a week and consistently once a week doing what I consider for myself a long run. For me, that's from here to the Queen Mary and back. It's 10 miles. And I run at a pretty easy, aerobic pace. You'll hear it's a conversational pace. If you can carry on a conversation, you're in your aerobic zone. I wear a heart rate monitor, so I know exactly where my aerobic zone is, and I stay in there most all the time. I'm trying to build up my endurance so I could run, half marathon, a marathon, and not really, struggle too much. Cycling. If you look at my Strava, you'll see my cycling miles and hours are down because of the time situation. Once again, especially for cycling, you can get a good run in pretty quickly if you pick up the pace, but for cycling, I really feel the gains come most from when I'm doing a nice long ride, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. It feels really good, and just, again, time is an issue there. Many of you know too, I like to do other sports. I like to surf, tennis. Basketball was probably has been my main sport since I was in junior high. It's probably the sport I'm best at. And right now I'm playing those sports maybe once a month tops. And what's really cool, here's a nice little trick I learned. The conditioning I built up from running transfers over to these other sports, even surfing, strangely enough, but primarily for basketball and tennis. I can step out on a court and pretty much be 90 to 95% of where I would be if I'd been playing more. I mean, my fitness is right there, and yeah, just maybe my jump shot is off a little bit, but I find I can still, play these sports at a pretty decent level without having to play them all the time. I love playing them, and again, time's an issue right now. And lastly, this is the newest thing I've incorporated into my workout routine. I've been actually working on my upper body a little bit more. Yeah, I was a skinny guy for the past few years as a vegan, and this year I got the idea, I'm going to try to do one little tweak. I'm going to do push-ups at home, and I'm going to do them at a certain interval. Back when I used to be a member at a gym, there's one cool trick I learned when I bulked up a little bit and did it kind of quickly. I used a certain trick that guys in the biz know. If you work out a muscle to fatigue, a certain kind of thing happens. It weakens, and about 2 to 3 days later, there's this golden period where the muscle has fully recovered, and on top of that is a little bit stronger, and that's when you want to work out again, so you can lift a little bit more and make the muscle a little bit stronger and keep repeating this process. So I've been really consistent. Every 2 to 3 days, I'm doing my push-ups until I fatigue, and this is kind of almost an afterthought. I mean, I just kind of do it as my bathtub is filling up, so I probably don't spend more than 6 minutes a week doing this, but I've been getting some nice gains. In fact, I'll put this photo up I took on my birthday a few weeks back, my 47th birthday, and this is about as chiseled as I've ever been. I know some of you guys will probably laugh, but I'm like a tall, long, lean guy. I was always the tall, skinny guy in school. I wasn't the buff guy. So for me, this is pretty good. This is about as good as I've ever looked, even back when I was going to the gym and lifting weights there. And speaking of lifting weights, I thought I was going to go, weightless, not have to lift any weights, but I noticed my biceps are a little bit out of proportion with my chest. Because when you do push-ups, it doesn't work your biceps at all. So I had some dumbbells out in the garage from ages ago. So I brought them in about maybe a month ago, and I've been doing bicep curls every 2 to 3 days, and now they're starting to catch up a little bit too. So that's all I'm doing for my upper body, and I'm liking the results. And like I said, it's just a little tiny bit of effort, less than 10 minutes a week for sure. About the time it takes most people just to put their shoes on and get into the car to go to the gym. I've pretty much done it all. So that's my workout routine, guys. That's what I'm doing right now. It evolves over time, depending on various factors in life. And I'm sure it'll be different next time I talk about this. Maybe next year I'll check back in with you guys and tell you what I'm doing. So that's my daily workout routine. I find that's, sufficient and more than enough to keep the fitness and the physique that I've developed over the course of being vegan. So post your questions and comments down below. How does time affect you? I'm curious. Do you guys have enough time to do what you want to do, or are you kind of bummed like me, wishing you could get out there a little bit more? So yeah, let me know. Share that with me. And stay tuned for more from Angie and me here at Happy Healthy Vegan. So until next time, guys, remember, keep it carved. Keep it carved, guys.
It's all illusion through and through. Reality like grains of sand slip quickly through our hands. It's a sleight of hand, conjurer's trick.